I was going to create this platform to give women a bigger platform to share these stories, to share these inspiring and amazing stories so that people can learn from them. I am one of the women who has been able to overcome all these challenges and limiting beliefs that women are supposed to be second class. I am hosting this show with my friend and sister, my go-to person, Brigitte O'Michael. Brigitte has inspired me a lot because when I listen to Bridget's story, I am like, oh my God, how come she's always having a broad smile on her face? But these are the challenges that women go through. I know people say the man is the head of the house, but there is equally a Ghanaian proverb that says, the man might be the head of the house, but the woman is the heart of the family. We are so blessed as women to occupy that central part of the family. If the heart does not beat, the head will not function. So we are the heartbeat of the family. And when we shake around, when we pump, you can know the effects. I am Rene Anita, and I'm your coach, and I'm your friend. I am a professional accountant. In fact, when I used to work in Haifa Project, my friends used to ask me, are you an accountant or a field staff? Because I spent all my time going to the field doing trainings on gender and development, because it is a subject that I am so passionate about. So I used to use my spare time to go to the field to train women. And that is how I built my skills. Before I go on, I said, my Voice Your Voice is a platform for authentic conversation. And I will start by being authentic and being vulnerable. You see me talking here today, I have come from a far journey. My mother died when I was just 14. And when I completed high school, because my father had gotten married to a stepmom, the way she was treating us, I cannot even start telling you. So I was forced at that early age to go and get married. Fortunately for me, I met my sweetheart who took me for who I am, who loved me for who I was, and we decided to get married. It was a battle. My father said, you can't do this, my daughter. You are too intelligent, you have to go to school. And I was like, I am in love. My dear friends, you can identify. You know what it means when you are in love. So we finally got married. And when I got married, I stayed at home for quite some time without going to school. I became a laughing stock amongst my friends. My friends used to sit and laugh at me, and when they ask, when they're in their universities, and they ask, what is Anita doing? They are like, she's just a housewife. And for them, that was provocation. That was mockery. My dear sisters, I wouldn't lie to you because we are here to be authentic. This made me to start doubting myself. This started draining my self-confidence. This made me to feel that I was not enough. And I started avoiding my friends. But it got to a point where I decided to go back to school. Going back to school was not easy. I had to seek permission from my husband to go back to school. My husband did not say no, he did not say yes. He was quite supportive of the fact that I should go to school, but he was like, we don't have the money. Could you just wait? And I'm like, I've waited for 4 years. I don't want to get old before going back to school. It was not easy. I can tell you that my in-laws held a meeting and decided on my fate. And they're like, tell your wife she should wait. She's going to go back to school. Let her wait. When it is time, she'll go back to school. And they're like, if she doesn't listen to you, just let her be. She will soon stop. when she finds out that there's nothing she can do. This, my dear friends, gave me the courage, gave me the boost to go back to school. I took the bull by the horn, as my children will always say. And I decided that come sun, come shine, I was going to go back to school. So I went, I have one of my friends to whom I am eternally grateful, Sister Rose Wanzi. She came and told me, she's like, she used to call me Mamingwa because my son's name is Ngwa. So she's like, Mamingwa, you are too intelligent to be teaching where you are teaching. You have to go back to school. And Sister Rose, I don't even have money. I make 30,000 a month. How can I sponsor my school? I will never forget what she told me. Mamingwa, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. Take the first step. And she took me to a professional school and told me you were going to study accounting. And I'm like, accounting? I don't even know what accounting is. I did biochem geology. I'm a georoka, for crying out loud. She's like, you have to do accounting. So I went there. The first course was 180,000. Mark you, my salary was 30,000. And I turned, I said, Sister Rose, do you see what I was telling you? Where am I going to get 180,000? He said, Mamingwa, how much do you have? I said, I have 30,000. He said, pay the registration. And I paid the registration. To cut a long story short, that's how my journey back to school started. And you know what? I went to school for like 3 months, had my first diploma in accounting before my husband ever knew that I was going to school. When my diploma came from Britain, I just placed the diploma on the bed and I was sitting in the living room. So he went into the living room when he came back from work and he saw the diploma and he picked it and rushed outside. It's like, he normally calls me Mommy. He's like, Mommy, where is this from? Have you been going to school? I said, just what you saw on the document. And you know what? Just with that one diploma, I was able to get a job in accounting field as an account clerk. The money started coming. My husband was like, this is something. Finally, to cut a long story short, if you want to listen to all of my story, how I left from that one diploma to a holder of 2 master's degree, to a fellow in the Certified Chartered Accounting Association of UK, to a CPA of Canada, to a Chartered General Accountant of British Columbia. Follow this show. I am going to be giving you an excerpt of how I left from that housewife to where I am now. I'm sitting and talking to you. It has been a journey with a lot of obstacles, with a lot of humiliation, with a lot of limiting beliefs, with a lot of people who did not believe in my dream. But you know what? I believed in my dream. I knew where I was going to. And I'm coming today to tell you that your dream is your dream. The first person who has to carry your dream is you. You have to believe in your dream in such a way that you are ready to give up anything to achieve the dream. It is not going to be easy. It is not going to be rosy. There are times you have to fight. But when you fight with a goal ahead, you never think about the fight. You only want to look for significance. Success brings significance. So I am not telling you my story to impress you or to be braggadocious about it. I am telling you my story to let you know that, my friends, if Anita, a simple housewife with A-level, would move from there to where she is now, you too, you can move. Don't be left behind. We are all in this together. I can see my friend Brigitte weeping because I've never told her this part of my story. I wanted to shock her on the program. That's how I went to school. That's how I went back into life. I have my children. I still go to school with my boys, but I'm so proud. I'm so proud. And so today, like I told you, that's just an asset. That's just the tip of the iceberg of my very interesting journey. But I will leave my journey for today, and I will introduce to you one of my friends, my go-to person, my mentor. I call Brigitte at any hour of the night. In fact, when I slept, this idea came to me at 3 a.m. in the night. I texted Brigitte and I'm like, I got something. In the morning, she was like, go girl, we got this. I want to present Brigitte to you. Brigitte is, like me, an executive director with the John Maxwell team. And I won't continue without giving credit to the John Maxwell team, because if we are able to sit here and talk, it is because of the leverage that the John Maxwell team has given us. We are eternally grateful to them, especially to my mentor, Paul Martinelli, who believed in me even though I doubted myself every time. We are grateful to them. And because we have come out, that's why I'm bringing my friend, so we can lead you to step out of your comfort zone. Because success, my friends, is always a step out of your comfort zone. Brigitte has an amazing story. Brigitte went through domestic violence. Brigitte kept quiet for 18 years. Brigitte wept for 18 years. Brigitte's identity was taken from her for 18 years. Brigitte sought permission for everything she had to do, but today Brigitte takes decision on herself. You are welcome, my dear friend. Can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Thank you so much, my darling Rene. It's always a pleasure to talk to you or to collaborate with you or to share my story with you. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you for accepting. Thank you. I can see Judith Moore from the UK watching. Thank you, Judith, for watching. I can see Bola Fusi watching. Thank you, Bola Fusi, for watching. Please share on your page. Encourage other people to watch the show. The show is for us to inspire and impact the lives of women around us. Brigitte, could you share just a part of your long journey with our audience?
Everything is gone. Everything. I mean, everything is gone. As I raced through the front door, where I met my young son behind the door in tears, and he said to me, Mom, Dad left. Those two words got me. I sped up the stairs as fast as I could, taking them two at a time, racing to the bedroom. When I got to the bedroom, alas, it was empty. Slowly, I slid to the floor. And when my butt hit the floor, I just realized my dream picture frame is shattered. My name is Brigitte O. Michaels, and I am a citizen of God's kingdom. I'm originally from Nigeria in West Africa, and I got married on February 14th, 1998 to the love of my life. Oh, my dream of being a wife, a mom, and a career woman was soon going to be realized. And we were very happy together, and the picture was perfect. Soon, the children started coming in, and we started having our fair share of marital challenges, and that's when the abuse started. Like the picture frame, there comes a time when it becomes dusty, as mine did on February 17th, 2016. I came back from work on that fateful day to meet that my husband of 18 years had gone without a note or a word as to where he was or when he was going to come back. I don't know what you would have done in my shoes, but I was devastated.
Oh.
What do I do? Whilst I was still waiting and hoping that he was going to come back home someday, I received a letter from his lawyers saying that he wanted full custody of our 3 children and also for me to start paying him child support. Oh my goodness. I thought I knew the man. My word crumbled. What will I do? First, I come from a culture where a woman has no voice in her home, regardless of the magnitude of the abuse she suffers. More so, my ex knew that he was my only support, as well as my children. This led to a series of court battles for the custody of my 3 children. Finally, April 28, 2017, I was granted full custody of our children and the marriage dissolved. I left the courtroom on that day with mixed feelings. On one hand, my dream was shattered. On the other hand, so many thoughts ran through my mind. What am I going to do? I am new in the United States. I barely knew no one. How am I going to raise up 3 children alone? 2 teenagers and a young child. How am I going to do that? In a place I didn't even know what the laws were like. All of these thoughts were raging through my mind as I was driving home. Suddenly, I remembered what my mom had always told me. Brigitte, one broken dream is never the end of dreaming. Go to sleep, for tomorrow you will dream again. So with courage, I pick up myself. I enrolled in the John Maxwell team to pursue my lifelong goal of someday becoming a trainer, a speaker, and a coach. And guess what? When I walked into my international certification conference in 2018, I met my mentor, Paul Martinelli, for the first time in my life. It was not a coincidence that Paul Martinelli recorded a video to me behind the stage. And do you know what he said on that video? He said to me, Brigitte, your dream has chosen you. You did not choose your dreams.
I like that.
Believe in you. My goodness, that summed it all. I didn't need any other confirmation or validation that I was doing my calling, that I was stepping into my purpose, that I was stepping into my God-given ability. And you know what? If you too feel that your dreams have been shattered, you feel you have no hope, you feel so small, you feel so little today, remember, you too can go to sleep, for tomorrow you will dream again.
Thank you so much for a resume of your journey. I know there are parts of it that are so inspiring. I want to ask you this question. For your 18 years in marriage, did you think or know about domestic violence?
Just like I shared in my story, in Africa, most of the women have no voice in their home. That was then, but I think today it's changing. I didn't have a name for it. I didn't know what it was called. Because in Africa, some women even get beaten in their home. They run back home to cry to their parents. And you know what the parents say? Oh, wipe your tears, don't worry. We too, I experienced something similar. Go back to your husband. You have children there. We're already giving you to your husband. Just go back home. So I didn't have a word for that. But when I got to the Western world, I got to the United Kingdom, I realized there is a name for all of those things and all the misery that women suffer back in the UK. And I started working. By day, I still have a 9-to-5 job with the local government here. And I meet a lot of women, and they share their story, and then I realize, oh my goodness, this is exactly what I face at home. And I never had a name for it.
Thank you, Brigitte. I would like to ask, is there a particular incident which you would like to share so people can have a feel of what you actually went through and how you overcame these challenges to be the smiling Brigitte that I know?
I thought you were not going to go there. I thought
you know me, girl.
We're not going to go there. But anyway, I know you don't know this part because I must tell everyone here today, this story, it's not about me because I've moved on. I've forgiven my abuse a long time ago. I'm only sharing a story, and you can see I share the story now with a bit of a smile on my face to tell you, you know what, there's no hard feelings.
You know,
an instance where my ex-husband had to take out the 4 wheels of his car that I was using to go to work. So for a month, I did not have a car in the US. And you know, where I live, the transport situation here, it's not great at all. It's not like London where you can hop on the train or hop on the tram or on the bus. So most times I had to walk. I walk as far as 45 minutes to get to anywhere for me to be able to get a means of transport. And on this very particular day, it was raining and cold. And I had missed the last bus that would take me from the train station to my bus stop. And I started calling my ex. I called, I texted from 7 o'clock. He kept saying the same thing: take a bus, take a train, take anything and get home. And I kept telling him, the bus is gone. There's no other bus again until the next. He didn't respond to me. I was helpless. I was very helpless. I didn't know how to get from that point. I was in tears. It was cold. By 9 p.m., it was dark, and it was downtown of the area where I live, which is unsafe. I put a call in tears to my brother in Africa at 9 p.m. my time. So you can imagine what time it will be in Nigeria, because it's 8 hours ahead of us. And my brother was stunned, I was shocked. And he told me, he said, Brigitte, stop crying. Take a look around you. What do you see? And that was when I stopped crying and I looked around me and I saw a drinking house, a beer parlor. That's what we call it in Africa. And in UK, we call it a pub. I think here, I'm not sure, maybe it's a drinking house or whatever, I don't know. And then I looked and I saw one. And he said, walk there. I said, but I don't drink alcohol. I don't know how to get there. He said, don't worry, just go. And that was when I summoned courage. I got off the phone with my brother and I walked to the drinking place, and I asked, and I walked in. And as soon as I walked in, someone came out to meet me at the door. And the first thing, he looked at me and said, you don't belong here. And I told him, yes, I know that. And then he looked at my finger and I saw my wedding bands and said, where is he? I said, he cannot come. He just looked at me and said, oh, that's a shame. And he said, you know what? What do you need? I told him my story. I need to get home, and I don't know how to navigate the cab system in the US for now. So he said, okay, take a seat. He saw my hesitation. He said, don't worry, I'll protect you. So I sat down by one corner of the pub, and then he brought me a glass of Coke. And I told him I didn't want to drink anything. He said, I do understand. And he called me a cab and told me, Brigitte, take the cab home. He's safe. It's the same cab that I use for my girls when they come to drink here. And I thanked him. The cab took me home. I paid when I got home. And guess what? My 3 children were hovering behind the door in tears and afraid, because they don't know what has happened to me when I walk into the house that day. That singular incident, Rene, made me to resolve never again will I find myself in a situation where I'm helpless, hopeless, where I am timid and afraid and I don't know what to do, where I'm financially unable to attain any goal. That singular incident has made me to be who I am today. And you know, the smiling Brigitte, according to you.
Thank you so much, Brigitte. I wanted you to share one of these incidences because there are people who have had such incidences and it has not changed them. You and I, we are going through a program now with our mentor known as Future Proof. And one of the things we are required to do is to be able to identify our never again moments. Sometimes these moments come out of hardship, out of frustration, like Bridget's own came. Sometimes they come out of a lot of pent up emotion. I want to tell all of you watching that don't keep it within you. I know in our African context, it's bizarre to start telling people about what you are going through in your marriage. But you have people you can confide in. You have people you can seek counsel from. If you don't share your story, nobody will help you. And that is why we are on this platform, giving you the opportunity to share your story. Brigitte, I will come back to you. If there is one thing, if you had to turn the hands of the clock, what is it that you would do differently?
I would have left, being the one to leave. Not because of me, but because of my children. Because, unfortunately, I allowed my children to witness some of those my journey. And I'm still struggling today to change their belief and their mindset about marriage, to let them know that marriage is a beautiful thing. I still believe in marriage, and if marriage comes again, yes, I'll gladly jump on the bandwagon if it is the right one for me. But then, I should have been the one to have left a long time, but I couldn't. And I know a lot of women are like me right now out there. Yes, they are in a loveless marriage, and some of them are even in a sexless marriage. Just like these are the things we don't talk about, you know, in our culture, but it's okay. But you know what? I am here for you.
Thank you, Brigitte. One of the things which came out so strong is that you forgave your ex. Most often people think that forgiveness is for the other person. But I have listened to this saying which says, you cannot be taking poison and expecting the other person to die. Can you speak into this?
Rene, I've always known about the power of forgiveness. And the pain that I felt was so strong that for days I did not eat. I did not even have a shower. I was just on the floor, sitting on the floor. I was drained, I was exhausted. Because you must understand that I had lost myself in my marriage. I gave it my best shot because I wanted my marriage to survive as a woman of faith. I did everything. I submitted myself to my husband, including my finances. I did. But you know what? On the day that I realized, it was in the middle of the night. I was in so much pain, I couldn't sleep. And I said, wait a minute, what is the point? And I started writing. I just, because I journal a lot. So I started journaling to see everything, you know, that I went through in the marriage. I was looking at, I just did a chart. I drew a line in my journal. And I put all the plus, every good thing that I've earned in the marriage, I just wrote it down. And then on the other side, and I just put in all the other things I didn't like in my marriage. I was just writing all of them down. And then I started writing out all my qualities as well. And I started writing all my ex's qualities as well. And then I got to the realization that, you know what? It could be that he was the way that he was because he also witnessed an abuse, or that was the same way he was brought up in his own culture, because we're from different culture. And as soon as I started having a shift in my thinking about, oh, maybe he did what he did because he didn't know any better, or because he refused to seek counseling, or because he refused to, to bring down his manness. I mean, man, M-A-N, his manness, and submit to a counselor to actually sit down and counsel us over the issues we're having in our home, but he won't take it. So when I started having that mind shift, boom, I came to the realization, just forgive him. And in the middle of the night, Rene, I'm not joking, I opened my windows, I ran downstairs and I opened my front door and I stood and I said to the atmosphere, and I declared it because I wanted to have witnesses. And I said, Father, I forgive my ex-husband. I forgive him for every single thing. I stopped there. I did not stop there, Rene. Forgiveness is a process. It's not something that will happen one day. It's not. And I started working with my partner, my mentor, Paul Martinelli. And I went through the teaching that I also facilitate now, the Think and Grow Rich teaching for 8 weeks, and 8-week learning that I also facilitate. So if you are interested, that's something you can contact me or Rene back. And I went through that program, and my mentor keep talking about, you have to forgive yourself and be gentle on yourself. I'm like, what does he mean by that? And so one day I looked straight in the mirror and I realized I was still beating myself down. I was blaming myself for the abuse that I suffered. I was blaming myself for all the negative things that happened. And even my daughter, today, my daughter keep telling me, Mom, don't go there. Don't ever blame yourself for what happened because you gave it your best shot. And so I knew I had to also forgive myself. And when I did, Rene, that's when I began to see a new Brigitte emerge. Even better than the Brigitte before she got married. My confidence came back. My self-esteem, boom, rose to the roof. And I'm here now to encourage everyone. Don't hold any grudge against anyone. Forgive. It's a great gift that you can ever gift to yourself, not to the other person.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brigitte. We are here to share our challenges and share our failures, successes. So I would like to find out from you, now that you know what you know, can you think of early warning signs which you ignored? Because when you share these early warning signs, people who are in this kind of relationship who don't know may start identifying those early warning signs. What were some of the early warning signs which you ignored? Because most often than not, when these signs come up, we are like, oh no, this cannot happen to me. Can you share some of the warning signs that you had and you ignored?
Girl, you are just on fire. What is wrong with you? You really want me to everything. Okay.
I want it out. I want it out, my friend.
Maybe that's why it's an authentic show. That's the program.
It's a authentic conversation. People need to know to learn.
When we are doing this, ladies and gentlemen, we're not trying to look down on anyone, or step on any toes, or point accusing fingers at anyone, or be critical. No, we're just sharing our experiences so that other people can learn from us. I have learned from it and I've moved on. Rene mentioned something about failures right now. Girl, I love to fail. I love failure because if I didn't fail, how am I going to discover how to do it better? Yeah, so to me, failure is the brother or the sister or the partner of success. If I fail in one way, I've learned it. Initially, I was looking, oh my God, I failed in my marriage. No, I did not fail, my dear. I only learned how to do marriage better.
Oh,
That's
wow, that's so good. That's so good. That's a huge nugget. You learn to do marriage better. I envy the next husband that you have.
you just. So okay, you asked me about challenges, right?
Uh, like warning signs that you kept seeing, but you were ignoring them.
Okay, no problem. Uh, Before I ever even got married, my brother warned me. He did. He did, and I didn't listen. So that was the first time I also
You're
had
in
to go.
love.
Yeah, of course. Oh my goodness, you know that feeling. I was in love. I was young. I was just fresh out of college, and straight from college, my first degree. I went straight for my master's degree, and then I started working in the bank. And so when I found this dude, I said, "Oh my God!" And I thought I was over the moon in love, but it's okay. Love is a beautiful thing, but it's just that, you know what? Hate is also the opposite of love. So guys, be careful. And so the one inside, my best friend also warned me. In fact, I lost some of my friends because I got married to my ex, but it's okay, it's fine. And then when those little signs of abuse started creeping in, like I told you before, I saw them. It's not that I did not recognize them, that this was not right. Because I had seen my father and my mom in marriage. My father and my mom, they were married till death do them part. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't even go into marriage with divorce in mind. I don't know who does that. I don't think in life there's anyone who goes into marriage with a divorce, as an end game. So I went in all in until, when he started hitting me, but being physical, I knew that was not right because I never saw my dad hit my mom. But you know what? I just took it as it's gonna go away. And like a woman of faith, I prayed a lot. I tell you, when I was in marriage, I prayed more than I pray now. Oh my God, I do 7 days dry fasting. I was always in church just praying. What was I praying for? I was praying for my marriage because I built it to last. I thought marriage was going to be, a lifetime thing, my marriage to my ex-husband. So I built it with everything that I got. But you know what? When the signs were there, I couldn't, I didn't have it within me then to able to cry out. Even my family did not even know the extent of the abuse that I suffered, unless my kid sister had come in a couple times to spend her vacation with me, and she witnessed one of those incidents, and for goodness sake, she could not take it, and she was not married then. And even when she was still bringing it on, I kept telling her, don't worry, it's going to be okay, it's going to be fine, he will change, because that's our hope, right? As African women and as Christian women, that's what we pray for. Don't worry, he will change, God will change him. But you know what, sweetheart? I know better now. You can never change a man.
Thank you. Bridget, I know you're going to kill me after this, but the next question I want to ask, I know, after this, I need to do some explaining to you. But there's that part of your story which captivated me. You remember the incident where you told me it got to a point where one day he came back and you stood up and looked into his face and said, that little Bridget, which you thought you could plead, it's no longer. I want you to tell that part of the story, because that was taking your position and saying that enough is enough. Can you share that snippet of your story?
The thing is, when we got to the United States, my ex was always like thinking that had allowed, the women over here in the US to influence my judgment and the way I think. But that was not the case. I started working. The people in my office didn't even know my story until the day in Toastmasters, because I was the vice president, of membership for Toastmasters in my organization, until the day that I stood out there and I told my story. And everybody was like, what? And then, of course, my immediate bosses knew what I was going to, because at the point I had to serve a protection order, and I was meant to deliver the protection order to my my work so that they will be able to protect me as well. But then there was this day. It woke me up around it was around 4:30 a.m. I normally get up at 5 a.m. to go to work. There was something that was to do with our property in England, and I got wind of what he was trying to do, and I stopped it. And so he got furious and woke me up in the middle of the night and said, "I can't believe you did this." So, but by this time around, I was starting to build confidence and courage in myself again, because I see people talk about what they go through. I listen. I don't watch TV, but I read a lot, and that is I have had already always taking control of myself when I was going through the abuse. I always lose myself in books. So when he woke me up and he was yelling at me, and he pushed me straight to the wall. So when I got to the wall, and he said, "I can't believe you did this." He said, "Where is the little girl that I married? Where is that little girl that I married?" And I looked straight at him into his eye, and I said, "That little girl
is dead.
And the one that you see now is all you're gonna get. Take it, leave it." He dropped his hand. It was like the air went out of him, because I knew he was shocked. He never expected that I could ever talk back at him that way. He left me alone, jumped in the shower, had my shower, and went to work.
Oh, wow. You see, that is why I say when you claim your power, you become respected. And there is one thing which is coming out of Bridget's story. Bridget started gaining her power when she started walking. I want to speak into this because most often than not, women think that they are just meant to be at home and take care of the home. And even though they are domestic workers and they are supposed to be paid, because there is research that is being done on compensating domestic workers. But in our African context, and even around the world, when a woman is not working, you are considered a liability. And so your voice doesn't count. But when you struggle like Bridget did, and you start working and you start calling the shots, you gain a seat on the table. Your voice becomes important. Your opinion matters. So can you speak into this, Bridget?
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. But I must emphasize that I have a master's degree in public administration. Regardless of the level, and I also have a certification in project management. But regardless of all the certification I had gotten in life, I realized that a woman or a man who is going through pain or through abuse or through separation or divorce, education doesn't matter. Education don't gives you the confidence. It doesn't.
I know.
So, but I've always been a career woman. Even before I got married, I started my career working in a bank in Nigeria. And that was where I met my ex-husband anyway. So I've always been working. But then when I got to London, I turned all my pain. I won't say I lost it, no. I turned all my pain into creating another multiple stream of income for myself by going into network marketing. But then I didn't go there because of money. No. I went in there because that provided me an opportunity to be free, an opportunity to at least meet other people for the few times that I'm allowed to go to those events, and associate with other people and get a breather, get a fresh breath air and breathe out of my home. And then, but when we moved to the United States, for a brief time, for 1 year, I didn't have a job. So I have to depend 100% on my ex. It was very frustrating. I tell you, I couldn't buy nothing. Anything that I buy, it was always a war. So you know what? I resolved that I was going to get a job and go back to what I was going to do. Because coming to the US, I never planned that I was going to be working for anyone. I just planned that I'll come here, have my PhD in psychology or counseling, and then start my NGO because I'm on my way to my legacy, which is building my soup kitchen, building soup kitchen to feed people all over the world. That was my plan, that's all. But those plans were just distorted by all this temporal setback that I had coming to the US. And so you know what? I said, you can always put your dream on hold. It can be delayed, but you know what? It can never be taken away from you. So I went into plan B, got myself a job so that I can be financially empowered to do basic things that I needed to do. And that is what has gotten me here today.
Good. Thank you so much, Brigitte. I know you and we can talk for the whole day because there is always something interesting about Brigitte. This is not all about Brigitte. Brigitte went through a lot. She lost even a child. She lost a lot. She is so resilient in a way that I just love listening to Brigitte, because when I listen to her, I have goosebumps. Why did I choose Brigitte as my first host? Because she's gone through all the stages. Every experience that you want, if you ask Brigitte, she's going to give you her own share of the experience. And what kept her going? Her faith in God, and later her faith in herself. So we are all calling on you wherever you are. It is never, never too late to say enough is enough. I want to thank all of those who are watching. I can see St. John watching. Thanks for watching. Hey, my friend Mary Lam watching. Thank you, Mary. Immaculate is watching. Adrian is watching. Thank you all so much. Beatrice is watching. Adrian, my Benji, is also watching. Afani Suru is also watching. This is the maiden edition. Help us to make it go viral. Help us to share. Our only intention, when I read Mark Zuckerberg's book, The Seed of the Soul, there is something I learned from there. Mark Zuckerberg says, everything you do begins with an intention.
Yes.
If you have a good intention of doing something, you will always succeed. And so our intention of setting up this platform, like Brigitte said, it is not to come here and shame people. It is not to come here and make people look like victims. No, it is to come here and let people know what we have gone through as women, the obstacles that we have had to go through. Just putting myself here on Facebook Live, when I sent out just the posters, one of my husband's friends sent me a text and said, did your husband approve you going viral? And I was like, yes, he did approve me going viral. I've reached the stage where I can no longer be corked in a bottle.
That's right.
All you need is to start. When you look at the posters behind me, I did them. I took the whole day to do it. In my normal self, I would have given up. But I said, you know what? There is no time to give up again. Never again will I start a task and not complete it. So if I could do it, you can do it. All it needs is action. Action. No matter what you know, no matter how you learn, if you do not take action, you will remain in a bottomless pit. Are you watching? Are you already hitting rock bottom? Are you in a bottomless pit? Are you stuck? My mentor Paul says stuck stings. You can always get out of your comfort zone by taking just a step. We are here, we are all coaches. You can contact Brigitte on her Facebook page. Send her a message through Messenger. She will also give you information about her website. And Brigitte has a gift. We will put the link. It's an ebook. Brigitte will talk more about the gift. You can also contact me on my Facebook, send me a WhatsApp message. You can check my website. It's on my Facebook page. If you go to my About, you see my website. You can contact me through any means. We will be offering free 30 minutes coaching for people who contact us. We just want to work alongside you and give you the opportunity to share your story. Because as coaches, we believe that the answers to all your problems is always within. It is just that you have not been made consciously aware. And so our role is to create this environment where we let you think and bring out the answers which are buried in your subconscious mind. We have gone through a lot to be where we are. We are so proud to sit here as African women talking. Some 10, 20 years behind, we wouldn't have been able to do this. I am originally from Cameroon, West Africa, and I know there are people watching from Cameroon. At first, I will not be able to do this because it was like, how do you go into the world and say stories about you? My dear friends, I implore you to just listen. My very good friend Mary Lam introduced me to one of this world-renowned coach, Michael Neal. And what I learned from Michael, which changed the trajectory of my life, is everything is just a thought. Everything is just a thought. And if you consider it that way, you will not be attached to the things that happen in your life. The second lesson is just listen. Don't listen to criticize. Don't listen to judge. Don't listen to analyze. Don't listen to question. Just listen to learn. We welcome questions. All of you who are watching, if you have a question you want to ask Brigitte, type it on the comment page and I will read it aloud for Brigitte to answer. Brigitte is on fire. Don't let this girl go away. If you have any question you want to ask Brigitte, type the question on the comments and Brigitte will answer. So I want to tell you that in our quest for seeking happiness, I discovered that happiness lies within. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is a decision. And I also discovered that your present situation, your present predicament, your present life has no power to define your future. It is only if you give this permission to define your future. And the value that you place on yourself is the value that people will place on you. That is the song I keep singing to my women's folk. If you value yourself, that is how people will value you. But if you develop this poor me mentality, if you get lost in your trouble, that is how people will look at you. Stand up, be bold, because you are enough. If Brigitte is enough, okay, Judy, thank you. I can see somebody is asking which country. I am a Cameroonian by birth, and we are broadcasting live from Los Angeles in California. That's where I reside now. Thank you for asking. Kezia Canvas, my friend, thank you for watching. Thank you all for watching. Share on your page and encourage people to always tune in. We intend to be doing this show every Saturday, and we have the next person who is coming, Paulette Morris. She's a nutritionist. She's another story you won't want to miss. So you better make sure that you put this on your calendar so that you will join us. Brigitte, do you have a last word for our listeners?
Oh, yes, I do. I don't want you to remain in pain. Pain is good. Adversity is good. You know why? Pain introduces a person to himself. That pain that you are going through, I want you to learn how to turn it into gain for yourself. I want you to learn that. And I have a free gift to help you. I have an ebook which is titled Break henceforth, I've put the link in the comment on my Facebook wall, and I know that Rene is going to share it on our own, on this page that we're talking from right now. So that just click it, click the link, and you get your ebook. It's free, nothing attached to it, but let it help you. I pray it guides you. It's a month-by-month guide to help you take that first step into knowing who you really are, into rediscovering yourself. Because I am here to help you, take you from where you are today to where you've always imagined that you will be. And remember, your dream has chosen you. You did not choose your dream. I believe in you. Those are the words my mentor, Paul Martinelli, told me when I walked into Florida, into my certification in 2018. Those same words I pour onto you today. Feel free to reach out to me. I am on Instagram, I am on LinkedIn, I am on Twitter, I am on Facebook. And if you are in my neighborhood in Seattle, Washington, give me a call. Let's have a coffee date.
Bridget, you know why I'm laughing all this while? There is a very funny question on the comment. Thank you. The Reverend Abosemana is watching with a wife from the UK. Thank you so much. You are one of my inspiration and you are one of my cheerleader. You've always told me, move on, I am behind you. Thank you for watching. And so Bridget is asking you, where did Bridget and her ex-husband meet? Was there any background check?
Oh my goodness, I love that background check. You're really speaking like a Westerner. You are in the Western world. Have you forgotten that we come from Africa? Anyway, in Africa, we also do our own local checks. But you must understand that in my circumstances, I met my husband in the bank where we're both working in the city. And again, by the time I was ready to get married, my mom had gone. My mom passed away Christmas Day 1996. I got married February 14, 1998. There's no mom. And you know, women, we are the neck of the home, or the powerhouse of the home. If my mom was there, she would have been able, even though my ex-husband was from a different state entirely from mine. We're not from the same dialect. We don't speak the same language. We spoke English in our home. Somebody would have been able to verify that information for me, but I didn't have that. And again, my father was already old by the time I was getting married, and he was ailing, so I didn't have, all of that. But you know what? Like I said before, you learn from every experiences. My mentor, John Maxwell, said that experience is not the best teacher. Evaluated experience is the best teacher. So I know better now. I have kids. Should they want to get married? I live in the US. I'll do background check.
Background check.
And if they want to marry someone from back home in Africa, you bet. I would personally travel down there to be looking into all the family structure because remember, in Africa, we have a very interesting and beautiful culture of traditional marriage. It's so beautiful. So when they send me the letter asking for my daughter's hand in marriage, or my son sends a letter of introduction to a family that they want to marry a girl, I will be investigating myself. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want to thank Zones Joy. She's watching in from the UK. Ngumfo Abongnifosa is also watching. Thank you so much. And is there any other question? The question the Reverend asked was so funny, but I think sometimes you need to do this background check. Even though when there is love, background check means little or nothing. But my dear friends, we are so glad that you joined us on this maiden edition. We just started this maiden edition. We are open to your comments. We are open to maybe corrections. We are open to suggestions. Just send us your comments, send us what you think we need to improve or what you think we need to do better. We are all open and we would love to read your comments and then improve. My voice, your voice is not my show, it is your show. That is why my voice can equally be your voice.
Right.
The name simply means that what I'm saying is what you would want to say, and you can equally use my voice to say it. So I would just say, I am Rene Anita, your friend, and I inspire people to aspire to step out of their comfort zone into their dream life. How do I do this? I guide them to change from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset through coaching and mentoring. And I always come along with a contaminating smile. Maybe that's why Bridget and I click so much, because we just smile even when we are crying. Bridget smile. Bridget is crying and tears are coming down, and Bridget starts smiling even in her tears. So thank you all for watching. Share this. You can host a watch party on your Facebook page for those who are not able to watch live. Just share, send us your comment, check our Facebook pages, check our website, and if you are in need of a free 30 minutes coaching, contact us and we are available to do that for you. Do have a blessed rest of the Sunday. We know that today is Sunday. We want to be respectful of your time. We won't keep you too long. We have a lot to talk about, but there are also a lot of episodes to talk on. So just watch my Facebook page for the next guest. The next guest will be very, very, very exciting. I don't want to let the cat
You
out.
don't want this Morris all the way
Yes.
from United Kingdom. She is
Yes. The next is Colette Morris. She's in the United States. She's in the UK, and she will be bringing fire from the UK. Thank you all so much for watching, and do stay blessed, and we love you. And we are all people of faith. We are all women of faith. We don't do anything without God. We are thanking God and trusting Him that as He gave us the wisdom to be able to come out with this idea, He will hold our hand to sustain this idea. We love you all so much. My voice, your voice.
Boy. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.